My ex called child services, saying I was unfit. She lost custody completely instead. The CPS investigator stood on my doorstep at 7:15 on a Thursday morning, holding a clipboard and looking apologetic before she even introduced herself. My daughter Lily was eating cereal at the kitchen table in her school uniform with her backpack already packed by the door. I had just finished making her lunch and was about to drive her to school when the doorbell rang. The investigator said her name was Monica Dunn and she needed to come inside to investigate a report. I felt my stomach drop because I knew exactly who had called. My ex-wife Rachel had threatened to do this 3 days earlier during our last argument about the custody schedule. I stepped aside and let Monica in, while Lily looked up from her cereal with confused eyes. Monica asked if she could speak with Lily alone, and I said yes, even though every instinct told me to say no. I went to my bedroom and closed the door, while Monica talked to my daughter in the living room. I could hear their voices, but not the words. 20 minutes later, Monica knocked on my bedroom door and asked to see the rest of the house. I showed her everything. Lily's bedroom with the clean sheets and the bookshelf full of books and the art supplies organized in bins. The bathroom with the step stool so Lily could reach the sink and her toothbrush in the holder and the bathtub that I scrubbed every weekend. The kitchen with the refrigerator full of healthy food and the pantry stocked with snacks and the dishes clean in the drying rack. Monica took photos of everything and made notes on her clipboard. She asked me questions about Lily's routine and her school and her doctor appointments. I answered every single question while my heart pounded in my chest. Monica asked about the allegations in the report. Someone had claimed I left Lily home alone for hours. Someone had claimed I didn't feed her proper meals. Someone had claimed I yelled at her and scared her. I told Monica that none of it was true and I could prove it. I pulled out my phone and showed her my location history that proved I was never away from home when Lily was here. I showed her the meal planning app where I tracked everything Lily ate. I showed her the videos I took of us doing homework together and playing games and reading books before bed. Monica looked at everything and her expression softened. She said she could tell Lily was well cared for and the home was appropriate. She said she had to complete the investigation because a report had been filed, but she could see no evidence of neglect or abuse. I asked who filed the report even though I already knew. Monica said she couldn't tell me, but I could request the information through the proper channels. She left after an hour and Lily was late for school. I drove her and explained that sometimes people make mistakes and tell stories that aren't true. Lily asked if it was her mom who called and I didn't answer because I didn't want to put her in the middle. But Lily was 9 years old and she was smart. She said, "Mom told me she was going to make sure I didn't have to come here anymore." My hands tightened on the steering wheel. Rachel and I had divorced 2 years earlier after she had an affair with someone from her office. The divorce was ugly and expensive and she fought me on everything. She wanted full custody and I wanted joint custody, and we ended up with a schedule where Lily spent alternating weeks with each of us. Rachel hated that arrangement. She wanted to be the primary parent and she wanted me to just be the weekend dad who showed up every other Saturday. But I fought for equal time because Lily was my daughter and I loved her more than anything in the world. The custody schedule had been working fine for 18 months until Rachel got engaged to the guy she had the affair with. His name was Derek Paulson and he worked in finance and made a lot more money than I did as a middle school teacher. Rachel started making comments about how Lily deserved a stable home environment with 2 parents and how my apartment was too small and how I couldn't provide the same opportunities. I ignored most of it because I knew she was just trying to get under my skin. But 3 days before the CPS visit, she told me she was going to prove I was unfit. That afternoon, I called my lawyer, Amanda Cross, and told her what happened with CPS. Amanda had handled my divorce and she knew Rachel's tactics, and her response changed everything. To see the full story, click the link below or go on my channel.